here's maybe another way to think about these problems. If you want, you can multiply all the coefficients first. Those are the big boy numbers in front. So like we could do 4. 4 times 5 is 20. We can do 4 times 1 is 4. And then 4 times 6 would be 24. And then you can handle the variables. So when you're multiplying by b, or b to the first, you're basically adding one more b onto everything. So we had b to the second, so now it'll be b to the third. We had b to the first, so that would be b to the second. We had b, and there were no b's over here. But again, we're putting one more b on stuff. So it'll be 24b back there. That might make it more confusing. It's probably better off that you just remember the properties of exponents. But, maybe when we get to the factoring portion of this, you'll like that way a little better. All right, over there. So negative 7h times 3h squared. We're multiplying the numbers in front by negative 7, and we're putting one more h on each one of these. So negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. H times h squared would be h to the third. Negative 7 times negative 8 is positive 56. H times h gives you the h squared. Last one, we have negative 7 times negative 1 becomes positive 7. And we just have h. Make sure it's in standard form, which it is. Okay, let's do one more. 2x squared times x squared. Or sorry, just 2x times x squared. Now remember there's a 1 in front. So 2 times 1 is 2. X, which is x to the first, times x to the second would be x to the third. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. X times x would be x to the second, or x squared. 2x times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And we just have x to the first power. Great. Cool. Find the GCF of these terms. GCF is the greatest common factor. It is the largest thing that goes into every one of the terms. So first, let's look at the numbers out in front. 4, 12, and 8. Now, the numbers that go into 4 are like 1, 2, and 4. Those are the only numbers that go into 4. 12 has 1, 2 goes in there, 3 goes in there, 4, 6, and 12. And then 8 is 1, 2, 4, and 8. Factors are numbers that go into that number. So what is the largest thing they have in common? Let's see, they all have a 2. They all also have a 4. So 4 would be the greatest coefficient that goes into all three of those terms. Now, as far as the variables, the greatest common factor would be they all have at least x to the what power? Well, this one has 3, this one has 2, this one just has 1. So they all have at least x to the first power. So 4x would be our greatest common factor. It's the largest term that goes into all three of those terms. We're going to need to do that when we actually factor these in the next set of problems. So we're on example 2. When we get to example 3, we're going to be factoring it all the way. That's the first step. Find the greatest common factor. So 5 and 10. What goes into both of those? 5. For the v's, they both have v's. This one has 5, that one has 3. They both have at least 3 of them. We'll finish up the other two on the next vid.